Hi, chat. Hope you're having a very, very nice night. How are y'all doing? I personally am enjoying this wonderful fall weather. Helps keep the bills down without the air conditioning constantly running. And, it just makes everything feel that little bit cozy. Don't tell that to the shitload of plants dying though. Well, what say we go back to... Hello everyone. JW Shields here, broadcasting live from here, I guess. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining me tonight. It is Wednesday, so you know what that means. We are going to continue going through Gran Turismo. I really, really do like that game. You would think after the, first decade or so, it would lose its charm, and to be honest, it did. But, the mod with the randomizer has just made it that little bit more enjoyable. So, what do we do? Last time we left it, I think we were still going through through the beginner events, and we had actually gotten a a convertible, so we could do the convertible events. For those of you that have joined us right now, the idea is that I'm trying to see how far can I get in this game without actually buying another car. Just with the prize cars, you get a good leg up with the B license, because if you finish everything gold, you get 3 bonus cars, and we got really, really good pulls from those. And now I think we can see if there's anything else that tickles our fancy. So, with your absolute blessing, I am going to, well, faff about with these things for a while until I can figure out how to get the game in your screen. And hopefully with audio. Let's see. Booting it up. I don't even get to do the professional streamer joke. I am not a professional streamer. Is it this one? Should be, but it isn't. Oh god. There we go. Yeah, you can't see anything yet because we're in studio mode. And assuming OBS doesn't crash and everyone is okay with it, you should be getting... Oh. Computer, do not fail me now. Capture, and there we go. You are now seeing a black screen. And I don't think you're even listening to the oh goodness. Well, you have to give me a bit to figure this one out. This, and this, and this. There we go. And you should be getting audio now. Fantastic. So, let me just check that I'm neither deafening you nor cutting the balance all off. Oh, yeah. Yes, awfully sorry about that. I need to get rid of the background music. If OBS decides to cooperate, which, if I'm being honest, it isn't right now. I have no idea why my computer is so unhappy today. We have done this previously. It shouldn't have come as a surprise to it. And let's just raise the volume a little bit here. There you go. Fantastic. So, where were we? We had our convertible, because I don't think the Corvette counts as a convertible, but let's give it a go as well. Okay, we got the Skyline for the all-wheel drive cab. So, let's pop in the bed. Beginner events and Spider and Roadster. Convertibles only. And the only convertible we have is a distinctly underpowered Hyundai. But I think this is going to work out good for us. Actually, let's check. Oh no, that we are going to be very slightly cooked if we don't modify this car. It's the Lotus, really. Right, so let's not do this one for a while. What else can we do here? Super Wagon. Will Super Wagon accept the Audi? No, it won't. But 6-cylinder Shootout is going to accept the Skyline. Alright, time to pray to the gods of randomizing. Let's start with Seattle. And instead of Seattle, what are we getting? Hold on to your butts. Oh! Motegi West. I guess it's an adequate substitute. So, let's give it a go, shall we? 49 points, that should be acceptable. We have the more modern version of this Skyline in front, but I think we should be able to do something. And we're off, and then immediately pulling away. But no matter. Hit the brakes. Oh, no. Sorry about that. So we're already starting off on the wrong foot. And I have 3 laps to get through all of these people. I think that's going to be a tall order. At least Seattle has more overtaking opportunities. Brake. Don't hit the Lexus. Did not hit the Lexus, but also did not overtake it until here. That leaves 2 Alfa Romeos and a Golf. Finishing the first lap. On to the second lap of this tiny little oval. Taking the Alfa Romeo before the corner. That leaves the Alfa GT and the Golf. The Golf is all-wheel drive, which naturally puts it on even footing with the Skyline, but the Skyline, if I remember correctly, is rather more powerful. Just a little bit. Take the Alpha, take the Golf, did not take the Golf. Ooh. That one's close. And took that corner a little bit too wide. That's okay. Taking the Golf on the straight, getting towards the final lap. Brake. I don't think this is an adequate replacement for Seattle, really. For a starter, a lap of Seattle is like 2 minutes, and by yapping I kinda got distracted and let the Golf go past. Will I be able to take it before? Ooh. Hopefully I can. Slipstreaming. Brake. Oh, crashed into me. But that's fine. Oh, it's trying to get past. But I had to brake there. And on to the final straight. One 40, 150, 160, and across the line. Yeah, I don't think this is a good substitute for... This is a good substitute for Seattle. Seattle, though it has its annoying bits, it's really, really annoying bits, it's, you know, challenging technically and much, much longer than this thing. But, you know, that is the randomizer for you. There, okay. This one is going to hurt me because I actually love Deep Forest as a track. It's one of my favorite tracks. And instead of Deep Forest, we are going to get... Stand by, everyone. The road course of Twin Ring. Okay, okay. And for competition, we have nothing that I think would be particularly threatening. Yeah. Actually, no, the G35 may be causing a bit of an issue. But let's see. Nope, 18 points. Well. If you've just joined us, I'm trying for a minimum of 10 points. None of this 1 point nonsense here. And a maximum of... I want to say 80? Right around the point where it becomes slightly unwinnable for someone playing with a controller. Okay, so first corner, and the Alfa Romeo is toast. Then we have the Lexus. Today's failing button seems to be the one that I would use to look back. Fortunately, y'all on stream should also see my rear view mirror. Toyota Tacoma, wonderful truck, fantastic for hauling things, not so much as a racer. That leaves the Infiniti and the Mitsubishi, and the Mitsubishi is actually pulling out an interesting lead, despite this only being an 18-point race. Get out of the way. Oh. Yeah, that is where the AI starts betraying you horribly. They're trying to defend their position. No, they're not. They're just trying to keep the best line. But that Mitsubishi is really, really far away. Let's see. Oh, 6 seconds ahead. That's gonna be a bit tricky. But let's see if we can do something about it. Break. I would say that the 4-wheel drive is going to help me on this matter, but the 3000 GT is also 4-wheel drive. So, an 18-point race where 17 points is that Mitsubishi. It's actually quite good fun, this. Five seconds, so we're closing the gap. Missed the apex quite badly, but that's okay because we're still hunting. 150, 100, there, here. Right here, and just run a little bit. Throttle, throttle. Trust that the traction control is going to keep you on the track, and there you go. Every other participant is now a blur. We have edged out another second on the Mitsubishi. And brake, 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 brake. I'm now getting close enough that I can see the flames of the exhaust. Hopefully compression is not killing that for y'all. Yeah, no, that thing is getting closer, 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 closer. Brake. Now I can now see the spoiler. I think I should be able to slipstream it on this back straight. Okay, 2 seconds. Managed to cut forward. If we keep at this rate, I should finish 2 seconds ahead on the next lap. Yeah, that thing just surprisingly it does run away on the straights a little bit. You have to get your exit speed just right, or otherwise it just girds its loins and goes. Look at it. It does seem to run out of steam at some point though. But let's see. There's the apex again. Yep, brake here. Do not squeeze the power, just give it a bit. Trust the traction control and do not trust the traction control, do not trust the traction control. There we go. Okay, still 4 seconds ahead. This lap hasn't been quite as good as I expected. But that's okay. Reckon I can still catch it. But I am running out of time to do so. Oh, that may have actually cost me my opportunity. Just clipping the grass a little bit. Right. Yep, 5 seconds, it's running away. It's just faster on the straights. And I'm on road tire, so not like I can just push it. At least they gave me road, not fucking economy. Second. And oh yeah, this one is going to be a botch. I don't think it's happening, guys. Yep, 5 seconds, it's walking away. Oh. Yep, I guess I'm trying again. Okay, and yeah, this is a lower lap. Yeah, 4 seconds ahead. I started catching up on that at the end, but it wasn't enough. Well, I don't know about you, but that just seems like an excuse to give it another go. Yep, never mind those. That would buy tires, but not important at the moment. Yeah, some of these races, the aspect points are very, very deceiving. I guess that's why the Polyphony started doing performance points. Excuse me. Later on later games in the series. But for now, what we have are 18 aspect points and the certainty that all of these are going to be dealt with before the end of the first lap. And in Tacoma, a little bit earlier. Braking hard here, the Mitsubishi still 5 seconds ahead. Sorry. Okay, 4 seconds. Brake. 1.9 seconds, so okay, that is the standard issue. Corners worse, my opportunities in the corners. Because once it gets on the straights, it can actually fly away. And I think it's going to get worse once it gets some heat on those tires. Yep, 4.3 seconds. Gonna go right there and get your exit speed here. And brake. Do not trust on the traction control, just try and pick a good line. There. .6 seconds, so we are once again closing the gap. But this is where we kinda lost it last time. So just lock in. Okay, lock in and brake. Right there, and there we go. It's tantalizingly close. But this is where you kind of get a little bit too confident. Okay. Kind of slid a little bit because it touched a patch of grass. Okay. And we are 1.4 seconds away. But look at it just widening that gap as soon as there is a straight. Oh. No. Oh. Yeah. Not my proudest overtake, but that thing is fast enough that I think it's just going to claim its revenge on the straights. Especially now that it can slipstream me. It's in the rearview mirror. Yeah. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. There it goes. But I have it on the brake. Ow. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Right. Giving it all I got, but it just... You can hear it back there. If you give it the tiniest bit of opportunity, it's going to go past. So I just kind of have to be really, really, really good in the corners. So this is the section where it's going to be won or lost, because I can create a little bit of a gap here. And if I botch that, it's just going to eat me alive on the back straight, and I am indeed botching it. Nope, nope, there we go. Yeah. So not 0.9 seconds, not the sort of gap that I would have preferred, but it's everything I got. Feel it? It wants to come past, it wants to come past, but it needs to brake way earlier for this. Didn't touch the patch of grass, but it's really, really close. I'm driving just looking at the mirror now. Here it comes, 0.1, and yeah, just stick close to it, and brake here, get past. It's actually really, really close. Okay, final corners. Clip that, hit the brakes here, and just try to shuffle the weight of the car, and gun it. Oh god, that finish line is really, really far away. And that car is accelerating really quickly. And, ooh. Yeah, that one was... That one was tough. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes you win 60 points easy, sometimes you have to just bust your ass for 18. And 3,000 credits. Special stage. I can take it or leave it. Just, let it not be replaced with Soul. Midfield. Oh, interesting choice. Really long track, very complex. Do we have a... We don't have a 3000 GT, we have something almost as scary, an NSX. Fortunately, starting in the back. So, with any luck, it's going to get distracted for a bit in fighting with the rest of the AI. Okay, launch off. Let them all make a beeline right there. The NSX has indeed gotten stuck in the back. I still don't have the temperature in these tires to try and be that bold on the corners. 50, 60. Should have lifted, didn't, but it still kind of worked out. And brake. There is one, I think it's a graduation test on one of the licenses, where you have to use this bit, and getting gold is just such a colossal pain in the ass. And also this bit, because finding the ideal braking zone, bit of a pain. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of a pain. I like to go really wide on this one so that I get that angle here. I can see any of the cars behind, so... But the giant gap tells me that the NSX probably cleared the traffic. Let's see, 138, and behind me is... the Eclipse? Really? I'm surprised. That is a front-wheel drive V6 big-looking thingy. Shouldn't be that fast, but it is. So... okay, that little dab of brakes helped. Still, this one seems to be just like a sort of, you know, relaxing thing to get you through to the end. And brake. Oh. Oh. Bit of a bump there. But, you know, you occasionally make a little bit of a mistake, that's fine. The Eclipse is just straight up dominating everything else on the field, apart from me, so, you know. Maybe this would have been another one of those, all of the points are focused on just the one vehicle. But damn if that isn't an odd vehicle to dominate one of these races. Okay, let's try just braking a little bit there. Lifting. Sliding onto the grass and then accelerating through there. Yeah, that'll do it. Dab of brakes here. Oh, into the grass. Oh, got distracted. There we go. Good thing I had four-wheel drive, otherwise that would have been very unfortunate. And without much fuss or pomp or circumstance, we are on the final straight, just waiting to go across the line. And 13 points. Okay, the NSX actually did clear most of the field, it just couldn't match that Eclipse. Which is a weird sentence to say. Anyway. 3,000. And the random card that I'm going to win is... that was Alpine. Okay, so now I have both of them. Right. Okay. That's uber lame. And also they can't enter the mid-engine challenge. Do I have a front-wheel drive car? Yes, I do actually. I have both the convertible Hyundai and the 323F. I forget if these were actually competitive in this particular race. Let's see. there is an SRT4 there. You know what? No risk, no reward. And let's deal with Hong Kong, because I also really disliked Hong Kong as a track. It is fantastically beautiful, but yeah, it does struggle. Ooh, special stage 5. Okay. Okay. This is the full one. So 130 points. Yeah, no, that's not good. This is not going to happen. Which one is the more? Which one is the killer there? Is it the golf? I reckon it would be the golf. Anyway, what can we do here? Lightweight. And I don't think that there is a car that would fit. Length. Nope. Even the Alpine is a little bit too big. So we have exhausted our options here, I guess. Can we enter the professional events? We should. Ah, okay. Club and Cup, Boxer Spirit, Naturally Aspirated, Turbo, Concept Car Club, World Compact. Here we go. And I think on this one, the Alpine and that Renault Sport V6 is going to ruin my shed. So I have 61,000 credits. Let's see if we can pop a little bit of test into the French plastic Alpine. Take from the top. We're going to put medium. Nope, soft. No risk, no reward, and I have forgotten how many laps there was on that thing. And then I could chip it, but that is a this car doesn't have computer chips, so just a little bit of a tune. That should make it competitive, said he. Knowing that that was probably untrue, this button doesn't work. Well, Champions Series are unavailable with the randomizer, so this is what you see is what you get. And we're doing the championship. Wait. Did it say that I needed an A license for this? I don't have an A license. At least I don't think I do. Let's see. Honda Fit. Toyota Fit. Oh, the Renault isn't there, so cannot race without a requirement. It lets you all the way here without telling you that you... Oh, God. That's really lame. Okay. Odd place to put the, to put that, but okay. Okay. Let's go all the way back. And let's activate the track randomizer again. And do you have any European events that don't require a license? The Grand Tour, yes. British Lightweight Series requires a B license, but I don't have anything that could go there. Oof. Actually, 75,000 credits up to 1979. I think this is what replaces the 1,000 miles one. And so long as I don't get the 427 Cobra here, I think I should be okay. Let it not have the Cobra. Let it not have the Cobra. Please let it not have the Cobra. Yes! We are in business. You know, for it being the Grand Tour, awful lot of Japanese cars in here. I guess it's authentic to the industry. Let's try this camera. Let's see how we feel about this one. Yeah, I think we can roll with this one, and then if I need to lock in, we're going to go with the nose cam. That way you get to see less road and more cars. And honestly, as far as cars go, the Alpine is actually really, really beautiful. I think Jason Camisa, of all people, did a video on it quite recently, and love his videos, and it really did give you a really good insight on how these things got made. Especially now that there is a new car called the Alpine that actually quite closely resembles this one. Oh, the disadvantage with this cam is no rear view. So if there's something in the back, we can't see it. But I'm sure we'll figure that one out. Just a little bit, and slide back into the technical section. Never mind missing the apex, just clear the whole car. Final hairpin, and that's the lap. 4 to go. Oh! Get a bit distracted. This is why I'm not a racing driver in real life. And tell me, Mr. Shields, how did you crash? Well, back down into the straight. The Gran Turismo series has historically had issues with engine noise. They spent all of this time trying to get the cars on perfectly isolated environments, exhaustive and extensive research, microphones, testing, and arrangement. And then they record all of these beautiful, beautiful engines. And the end result ends up sounding like a vacuum cleaner anyway. I think they fixed it in 7. I don't have a PlayStation 5 to confirm that. But, you know, Spec 2 changes an awful lot of the sounds. I don't know if the Alpine was a benefit of those changes, but I think it sounds pretty good. Let me just get it onto the straight and quiet down a little bit so that you can hear it. Yeah, that's a good noise. I don't know if it's accurate to real life, but it is really good. And the attempt to be accurate true to life is what made it so that made it so vacuum cleanery sounding. So all in all, I think that this ended up being a net positive. The Mercedes in particular are really, really good sounding. They, at the risk of sounding Clarksonian, they sound like God burping. Okay, we still have 2 laps to go. This is a little bit annoying on this track, but honestly not bad at all. Could be worse. Um, the 1,000 miles challenge had you do 97 laps on this. It was 97 or 99. I forget. In either way, just an astonishing number of laps. And you're sitting there like, well, I could let Bob do the work for me, but I did buy the game, and it wasn't to watch the game play itself. So, I may give it a go, but then after lap 45, even though it recreates some of the authentic experience of being a race car driver, I don't think that's quite enough. Once again, on the technical bit, and we should be in a lock to do the final lap. I trust that the stream is doing okay because I'm looking at the secondary screen, and both screens in OBS Studio Mode are just bugging out. Like they have real difficulty dealing with streaming this content, and the vagaries of ooh, I would have been dead then. And the vagaries of a PlayStation 2 game. Break. Completely static. And then there we go. Onto the straight for a final time. Down the brakes, let it slide, and I think if I had a couple more laps, I would have started lapping all of the other competitors. Final corner and across the line. 4 points, not ideal. So what we're going to do is, okay, first of all, get these 15,000 credits. And then got the sur, but what I am going to do to keep this interesting is the sports tires are getting away, and I'm back on road tires. So I still have the power upgrade, but now it's going to have an awful lot harder of a time trying to put it down. Yeah, it still says 6 point, but apparently that is based on power and it doesn't take into account tires, so I I hope this is going to be just a little bit closer. Not for that skyline, because that skyline is really expensive and it is fantastically slow, that thing. Oh, got punted against the wall. Overtaking that skyline. Overtaking the other skyline that looks identical to the one that I just overtook. With a Fiat 500 and an Alpine and an old Nissan in here, is this a race or is this just Monaco in 1968? Because it's not like the Alpine was cheap and the 500 was really, really chic. I don't know about the Marcos, but you know. Okay. Let it slide a little bit and into the tunnel where I think I have the... Yes, I do. Come out of the tunnel and hit the brakes here. Ooh. Last stream when I drove this thing, I complained that it had terrible brakes. I would like to amend my statement. The brakes are amazing, it's just the shitty tires holding it back. Okay, around there. And hit this. That's a little hairpin, which is really annoying, and then into the main straight through this, which is off camber, and there it is. Okay, so I'm thinking for the next race, I'm also going to be disabling the performance upgrades. What I'm going to do is change from set A to set B. Just so that the next time I drive this thing, I still have all the performance upgrades in it, but they're available instead of just me forgetting that I paid for them and going to the upgrade shop and going, oh wait, it already has this? Oh. There is the map, lovingly rendered in some sort of grayish, bluish. Turn gent. Actually, I do have some cars that would be able to do Boxer Spirit, would they? They just need a shitload of tuning. Or a huge fuck of turbo. So I think that's what we're going to do next. Oh! That was close. This thing is made out of fiberglass. It has all of the crash resistance properties of a styrofoam cup. Right. Going up. Thank you for the follow. And the break here. Yeah, hope you're doing good as well. Ooh. Okay, let's not make. I have forgotten how to speak English for a moment there. Sorry about that. And oh no, I thought this was the final lap. Nope, I have another lap to go. Going into the tunnel. Yeah, I'm going to need to downgrade this thing for the next races. It's no fun if there aren't any cars about. Well, the Fiat 500 is going to be way, way back no matter what we do, but all of the other ones should be able to put a fight. Up, and let's see if we can do better on this section this time. Break here. Punch that. Ah. Okay. Turn early. And there we go. Final. Into the tunnel. Don't hit the wall. Have the car try to slide itself into the wall and hit the brakes here. It's actually quite good fun. Really, really, really good fun. The base one, the base game is actually, I played it a couple of times way back in the day. Mostly because I always switched the console off with the memory card still saving, so I had to start from zero again. But now that they did this Spec 2 mode, you might think it just adds a whole new dimension, the randomizer, which is the reason why I'm playing it here again. It's really, really good. There we go. Cross the line. And I think this is race 2 out of 5. Another 15,000 credits for the kitty. We are not buying any cars, we're just trying to get through with price cars. But why would we make that easy? Circuit de las Arts, this is good. And just to make it a little bit more fair. There we go. Right, the iconic Le Mans circuit being run by cars that are not at all iconic. Let's give it a go, see what happens. Have a little bit of fun. And we're off. And that one was... Yeah, honestly, that blue Nissan and this little red Fiat 500 should have a competition for last. But with 20 less power on board, it should make things a little bit more fair for the AI. Okay, past Dunlop and then... Nope, get out of the way. Go on, go on. Okay. As that leaves the Mini. As we make it to the Mulsanne Strait, where it could stretch its legs. I forget how fast were those. Oh god, right. Oh, it has a fifth gear, thank Christ. And there we go. And because this is the old version of Le Mans, it doesn't have the chicanes. So, going right past 233 kilometers an hour, which is, I don't know how much in miles, 20? 120? Who cares? It's fun. Oh, we hit the limit on revs, so next time we're around here, I need to start kind of bleeping the throttle up. Oh, no, don't do it, don't do it. Lame. And this was traction control on. Yeah, this is one of those games that I will forever endorse. I mean, let's be real, the thing is getting on for 20 years old now and it's still quite fun. And people are still making mods for it, despite being a PlayStation 2 game and therefore really, really difficult to mod. But there they go. Okay, so this thing is absolutely going to try and throw itself off the track on the Mulsanne, so we need to be slightly more careful next time around. That wasn't me cornering, the thing just grabbed the camber and slid. I guess that's when you can tell that it's rear-engined. When it starts behaving like a really old 911. Oh, yeah. So the cadence that I have been doing now, for you and the benefit of my other viewer, is I do Gran Turismo on Wednesdays and then play another game on Saturdays. Last Saturday was supposed to be Bayonetta, and that didn't quite work out so well. As it turns out, Bayonetta 1 on PC is really, really cooked. I've never played it before, so I didn't know that one. And then on Monday, just trying to be, more chill, because Monday is generally a difficult day for an awful lot of people. And so they get, I try and do a puzzle or a crossword or something like that, just something chill to take you from Monday and into Tuesday. But this Saturday, I think I have figured out a way to get Bayonetta working. The entire concept of starting to stream is, like many other people, I created a wish list and I have been buying games for years now, and all of them are just sitting around gathering virtual dust. And what better way to justify working through your Steam library than, just streaming it. I already have the model from doing YouTube as a hobby, so this was just a natural step. Naturally, instead of going through the Steam wish list, I went right back to playing Gran Turismo. Behave yourself, Alpine. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes on Saturday. The solution to play Bayonetta is a little bit unorthodox, but it should allow me to play it. Breaking back to Mulsanne, and now, if I remember correctly, 233, I kind of have to start blipping the throttle so that I don't hit the rev limiter, and then after the second chicane, try to keep it from sliding about. Oop, 233, start blipping. So, the thing on this one is, the DualShock, by default, the DualShock that came with the PlayStation 2 had pressure-sensitive front-mounted buttons. It wasn't the triggers. The triggers weren't actually pressure-sensitive, if I recall correctly. But, and... didn't slide. Excellent. Yes, we really appreciate your viewership on Saturday. Yeah, so the DualShock 2 had those pressure-sensitive buttons on the front, which means Gran Turismo is set up in such a way that when you play it with another controller, your option is full hand throttle. No, don't have a Discord set up quite yet, so yeah, that one's not happening, not for a while anyway. In the meantime, just chilling out, playing some games, trying to figure out how we go from here. Right, and after this back straight, we have the technical section, and that should take us into the final lap. Good. No. There we go. Okay. in the dirt for a little bit, and it just bites you. It just bites you when you least expect it. Final 2 chicanes, and we should make it back to the start and final lap. No social media at the moment, sorry. Okay, going up to Dunlop. And back down. There is an entire circuit inside the Le Mans circuit, which is just, if I recall correctly, called the Bugatti circuit, and that one doesn't seem to be on very many racing games. There is another one from the PS2 era. That is just, I think, Le Mans 2000. I should have it in here somewhere. And that one does have the track, but I don't know, I guess that when you are next to one of the most famous circuits in history, it just kind of loses its charm. Oh, just took a look at the minimap. It seems that there is a car that we may be able to lap before the end of this race. Now, I don't want to be dismissive or try or be mean or anything like that, but I'm going to guess that is that little red Fiat. So, oops. And then this is where it tries to off itself, so just brake a little bit. And, oh. Then it again. Tap, 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 tap. Still clip the guardrail. Very unfortunate. But, let's see. Will I be able to lap him? Hopefully. Seems to be going really, really, really fucking slowly, so... Assuming that the Alpine behaves itself... Oh! Actually, never mind it behaving itself, it's just going really slowly. That thing definitely is the Fiat. Brake, 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 brake. Can... Yep. I can see it. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see it with all of the compression, but there is a little red dot on the horizon. And it's becoming a slightly larger red dot. Coming through. Final technical section, let's not try and get out on this one. Okay, just the chicanes to go. Brake early. And... ooh. Okay, that thing really didn't want to behave after it got some hit in its tires. But even nerfing it to the point where it has no mods at all, we're still at the top. Did y'all see that visual glitch? I'll try not to think about it. Ah, the Nürburgring. Honestly, what better way to finish this one? In a car that is so rear biased that I think it would be more stable doing the lap backwards. Why not do it on one of the most complicated racetracks in the world? And we're off. And because it's a single lap, by being off, I can no longer lap anyone. Why are you throwing me off the track? Why are you throwing me off the track? Is it because I always mock you for being the slowest car this side of the Fiat 500? Come on. You know I don't mean it. You look beautiful. It's just people have plenty of time to admire. Okay. Next is a Fiat. Gently, gently. Ooh. Yeah. They're enacting their revenge now. And brake. On the grass, which is where I don't want to be. Not with this thing bouncing around. Okay. The Mini is now 7 seconds ahead. Yeah, this is better than... this is better than just crushing everyone with mods, but it does mean that there is a possibility that we may be finishing with a second place result depending on how this thing behaves. Still, a lot better than the original version where you have to do 25 laps of this thing. There we go. Right, trying to take the skyline here. Going a bit on the grass. That it was really unhappy with that. And oh. Okay, second place, with the tiny green speck being 6.7 seconds ahead of me. We'll be able to get it. And break. Locking in, this thing really doesn't want to go through. I really lament that I didn't put the sports tires back on. But I guess that's half the fun, isn't it? And we are now going to the uphill bit, and the uphill bit, really high speed, really trying its best to unsettle the car, but it should be the one place where I can try and use the power of this thing to catch that mini. Okay, 2 seconds. We can cut 2 seconds. And there it is. Now I just need a little. It's starting to slide. Fuck. Okay. Okay, no matter. It is really, really close. Tap the brakes here, and it went away again, but that's okay. As we approach the carousel, I think he's going to try and go through the carousel. I forget how the AI is programmed here. Is it carousel at all costs? Because if it is... Yep. Come on. Come on. Oh, on the grass. That was unfortunate. And what I had, this one is actually a challenge. It took half a lap, which is what, 10 kilometers? About 6 miles? Ooh. And now I have to hold it, despite the fact that I can hear that thing right behind me, and this car is trying really hard to yeet itself off the track. This is the bit where they take those videos of cars going through the Nürburgring, so let's try and not make an ass of ourselves. Down and hit the brakes while you're in the air. Otherwise, you're going in that sand trap. Take care. Thanks for coming and sticking around for a bit. Mini carousel, and now we are on the final straight. Getting past the gantry, and there we go. Oh, yes. Managed to hold it and hit the brakes gently here. Into the final corner. And that's going to make it for the Grand Tour. Instead of 1,000 miles, we managed to get that in about 45 minutes and had an awful lot of fun. Yes, shout out to the Fiat 500 that somehow isn't last. It usually is. So, you know. $15,000 for this. Add it to the kitty and 75 for the whole championship. But more importantly, what are we getting? The random prize is... Ooh! Actually, the C80 is going to be a really, really good thing to have. Applicable on many, of course, I think this one is going to help us on the front rear, on the FR Challenge, on the Beginner Cup. But, at the moment, because I have glanced at the clock, it seems like we have made it to that bit of the night where I go away for a while. We've advanced a little more, 3.6% of the game, and oh, sorry, accidentally hit the control. So I think next time we play this, which I believe is next week, we can do the A license. So we have access to more things. And from that, well, we'll see what it takes us. Okay. The idea is Saturday, Bayonetta again. This time I have every reason to believe that it's going to work. And then we're going to do a sort of chill, relaxing stream on the Monday. You know, just keep it nice and cozy for all of those people that have had terrible Mondays. Until then, to you and my other viewer, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you very, very soon. Okay? Bye bye.